It's the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack Podcast. You know, on Saturdays, we play fun music and we feature great information at 993thevine.com with me, Big Rick Stewart, and music from my time at Live 105 and at KFOG. We also mix in some stories that I find kind of interesting, whether it's local music or food or tech or just kind of some cool things I think you ought to know about. It's always lots of fun. Fun music and great information happens every Saturday at 993thevine.com. And the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack Podcast features great information like this. I'm Big Rick Stewart, host of the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack. This is for all you iPhone owners. But if you have an Android or something, I'm sure there's an app for this, and there's things to do to journal on your phone. That's what this is all about. The Apple iOS update that just got released now includes this iOS journal app. And it's really cool how they've integrated all these things. First of all, they, meaning, I don't know, people that study these things, whoever they are, they say that journaling can ease your thoughts and emotions and improve your peace of mind. Yeah, write down your thoughts and stuff like that. It also can help you, pull back some memories on things or show people something, or you can recall how great that restaurant was or whatever. The cool thing about this new journal app in iOS 17, it's native to the Apple system, so it's not like an app you have to go buy. You just update your system. It can be updated with all these things like photos and social media posts and web pages and more. You can put those into your journal entries, and super easy to do that. You can also add some audio if you want to say oh, this is a great restaurant. I had such a time with my friends, or maybe not. Maybe I'll never go to this restaurant again. Whatever you need to do. You can keep track of your inspiration and your ideas. It's a great way to kind of add more content to some photos, some articles you read, you want to share with somebody or go back and look at later, or something you found really important and you want to remember that. You can put it in your journal. It's really easy to do. And also it has auto suggestions you can turn on or off. So while you're sitting around, your phone might send you a little reminder like, hey, it's time to enter one of your journal items. And it kind of gives you a little train of thought for your days and your weeks and your months. And the more you enter, of course, the more that you can look back and think about all these fun times we had. Fingers crossed in 2024. I'm Big Rick Stewart. It's the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack at 99.3 The Vine. I'm Big Rick Stewart. It's the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me. Every Saturday we do a Beatles brunch at noon. It's always lots of fun. So I'm always kind of checking out what's going on in the world of the Beatles. And there's still a lot going on in the world of the Beatles. In fact, coming up in February, a painting created by all four members of the Beatles is expected to sell for $600,000, okay, maybe more, at this auction that is happening through Christie's auction house. It's pretty wild. It's kind of an abstract artwork. So here's the story. The Beatles are in Tokyo, and they are surrounded by fans, so much so that they're basically kind of trapped in their hotel room. A fan sneaks in some paints and little brushes, and it gets to the Beatles, and they have nothing to do. So they put down a piece of paper on like a coffee table, and they all take a corner of this piece of paper and these little brushes, and they all start to kind of, squiggle around a little bit. Now, it is an, quote, abstract painting, which means it doesn't really look like anything, but it's kind of cool and interesting. It ended up being called Images of a Woman, and it ended up being owned by Tetsuburo Shimoyama, chairman of the Beatles fan club. It changed hands a few times, and now it's coming up for auction. It's an original, it's one of a kind, it's the only painting or anything like this all four of them contributed to. And details are over at Christie's auction house. Have a look. Oh, also in the same auction, a Gretsch guitar owned by Elvis Presley. Oh man, could get expensive for you music fans. I'm Big Rick Stewart. It's the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack at 99.3 The Vine. I'm Big Rick Stewart, host of the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack. Thanks for hanging out on a Saturday with me. This story, a little bittersweet, but I guess everybody's going to hopefully kind of sort of be okay. Crystal Geyser Water Company is going to end their Calistoga operations at the end of the month.
This is from North Bay Business Journal. Now, you've probably seen Calistoga Crystal Geyser water, the sparkling water, right, in the stores. Have you ever actually seen the little plant there? It's not actually that big. It's kind of sort of big, but it's not like massively huge or anything. It's right off of the bicycle trail. I know, because when I would bicycle up to Calistoga, at the end of the trail, when you get into town, boom. And there it is, this place that makes Calistoga's Crystal Geyser sparkling water. Now, the owners say that they're going to shut things down on the 31st. 28 employees will be laid off. They're also closing a site in Fairfield that helps do some of the support and distribution. And the company said that as a result of market conditions and business challenges, the Crystal Geyser Water Company is discontinuing our sparkling water product line, so the whole product line, resulting in the unfortunate layoff of employees and the closure of the Calistoga and Fairfield facilities. It's kind of a bummer. Donald Williams, who's the mayor in Calistoga, said that it came as a surprise when he heard the news in November. They've always been an active and supportive corporate citizen, and, they provided bottled water for public events and more. The economic loss of Crystal Geyser would be light. He said that it doesn't really represent a major cut in revenue or taxes since it's not among the top 25 employers in Calistoga. Well, I'm going to tip one for all the employees and for all the delicious water that I've had from those wells in Calistoga. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm Big Rick Stewart. It's the Wine Country Saturday soundtrack at 99.3 The Vine. I'm Big Rick Stewart, host of the Wine Country Saturday soundtrack, hanging out with you every Saturday. Fun music and great information from the Daily Mail. Mark Zuckerberg building one of the biggest homes in U.S. history. He's building this in Hawaii. He doesn't own an island, but he does have a huge amount, hundreds of acres, oceanfront, of course, in Hawaii. And he's going to spend $270 million on his top secret Hawaiian compound, which I guess isn't his top secret anymore. I saw it in the Daily Mail. $270 million. Have you ever seen a construction project come in under budget? No. So, it's probably going to bump up a little bit. So it's going to have multiple mansions, an entire village he's building, and a 5,000 square foot underground bunker. Wow. They revealed all this in court documents, and Wired magazine got a copy of all this. 2 mansions in this compound are going to sprawl over a whopping total of at least 57,000 square feet, including 30 bedrooms, 30 bathrooms, conference rooms, an industrial kitchen, multiple elevators, and also an elaborate underground tunnel system connecting the mansions. This underground tunnel system is going to double as a shelter. It's going to have 5,000 square feet of space and have a living area, library, and an escape hatch. Soundproof doors made of metal and, all that kind of stuff. Because you got to be a little paranoid when you're somebody that wealthy. And that's a smart thing to do, I would guess. There are guest houses as well as the mansions, a gym, a sauna, several swimming pools, a hot tub, a cold plunge pool, a tennis court, probably a helicopter pad, maybe an airport. Also 11 tree houses connected with rope bridges. Sounds like fun for Mark and his wife and his kids. I'm Big Rick Stewart, the Wine Country Saturday soundtrack at 99.3 The Vine. I'm Big Rick Stewart. It's the Wine Country Saturday soundtrack. Fun music and great information. Hey, a big New Year's thank you as we look back on 2023 to Napa Valley Vintners, which is like pretty much almost every single winery in the Napa Valley is a member, and they've been doing things for a long, long time to help out Napa Valley. And they sent out a news release. It says in 2023, they gave $4.5 million to 22 organizations that provide healthcare services, family resources, and opportunities for youth to thrive and succeed here in Napa Valley. Their giving helped provide services in the areas of family resource centers, $1.1 million. Children's education, $1 million. Mental health, just about $1 million. They also donated to community health, senior care, and physical health. Pretty cool. They've been doing this for 40 years. This is all money from vintners, some bidders. Their nonprofit partners have ensured residents receive essential healthcare and educational opportunities. Also in 2023, Napa Valley Vintners raised an additional $4 million for youth mental health and environmental efforts. Wow, that's pretty cool. Linda Reef has been the president and CEO of NVV for quite a while. They do quite a good job. They've made investments with Napa Resource Conservation District to help kind of mitigate some of the risk of wildfires. They've helped out with the Napa Town and Country Fair, Meet Me in the Streets in American Canyon, Black History Month, and other items as well. And they'll raise some more money coming up in 2024 as they will once again host the Collective Napa Valley Auction Weekend, May 31st through June 1st, as they continue to fundraise for the community. Pretty cool. Since 81, $230 million has been donated to the community. Hey, they put in a lot of work and they help out in a lot of ways. Thank you, NVV. Happy 2024. I'm Big Rick Stewart. It's the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack at 99.3 The Vine. I'm Big Rick Stewart, host of the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack. Fun music and great information. Hey, there's something new to do at Lake Tahoe. There always is. But this is new, and if you're a Jimmy Buffett fan, well, if you're a real fan, you probably already know about this because they probably sent an email or something. The old Embassy Suites Hotel at Lake Tahoe, it's got a new name. It's right at the border of California, Nevada at South Lake. Used to, maybe you remember this as the Lake Tahoe Resort Hotel. Anyway, now it's got a whole new thing, the Margaritaville Resort. Yes, one of those Margaritaville things that the late, great Jimmy Buffett kind of got started, has opened at South Lake Tahoe. After an $85 million renovation, they had a grand opening party on December 14th, and they say, regardless of the altitude, it's all about the attitude. So with the Margaritaville thing and Jimmy Buffett, you know, they've got quotes on the wall, lots of island colors, so maybe you feel like, you know, you're in the Florida Keys or something. They have themed restaurants and even a giant flip-flop for your awesome selfie. And you can make reservations. And yes, they're pet friendly. And they're like right at the border of California, Nevada in South Lake Tahoe. I mean, it sounds like fun. Margaritaville Resort in the winter at Lake Tahoe? Sure, why not? You know, but certainly it'll be the place to be for the summer. MargaritavilleResorts.com for more info. If you go, let me know what it's like. Hey, maybe you can get a cheeseburger in paradise, and I bet it's 5 o'clock somewhere at Lake Tahoe. I'm Big Rick Stewart. It's the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack at 99.3 The Vine.
Well, those are some stories that I have featured on the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack. Tune in at 8 a.m. every Saturday at 993thevine.com. I'm Big Rick Stewart here. Music from my days at Live 105 and KFOG, some current songs, lots of surprises and more. It's always lots of fun. We have a 10 at 10, a Beatles brunch at noon. It happens all day. The Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack and the Wine Country Saturday Soundtrack podcast. Tell your friends, and thanks for listening to this podcast, and thanks for checking out 993thevine.com.